Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the Nigerian Tribune. The major story here says mayhem in Rivers. Mayhem in Rivers, and some riders to the story says stakeholders allege Wike, Fubara at war. Suspected thugs set House of Assembly ablaze, as the State House of Assembly was set ablaze on Sunday, if we recall. Then House removes majority leader, serves governor with impeachment notice. Another story says, another writer here says, tell me why you want to impeach me, governor is asking. Another faction elects a new speaker. Police deploy water cannon, tear gas to disperse protesting youth, governor affected in the process. Now, call Wike to order Edwin Clark, an elder statesman is telling the presidency. And then another story here says, police arrest 2 pupils for setting school property ablaze. 70 bodies found in Abia community. The governor was talking about this just yesterday. Now, history will vindicate me over Supreme Court judgment. Atiku, the PDP presidential candidate at the 2023 presidential election, speaking after his loss at the Supreme Court. And then at the top corner, we have how seniority arrangements toward appointment of new Supreme Court justices. Alaafins 2 court hears suit filed by Oyo Kingmakers against Makinde today. Ayedatiwa's apology can't stop his impeachment process, and the speaker is saying. Abuja court fixes November the 17th for ruling on effect of Assembly's appeal. Now we move to the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. And the major story here says, chaos erupts in Rivers. Some riders, hoodlums bomb Bond State Assembly. But the story, according to our reporter, has been authenticated that hoodlums actually set the place ablaze as against the report of bombing. And then we have another rider here saying that 24 legislators sign impeachment notice against Governor Fubara. 26 lawmakers suspend Speaker, 3 others install Edison. Go to court, new Speaker tells aggrieved lawmakers, adjourns House Synodine, and security operatives shot directly at me, Fubara is saying. That's the governor is speaking. Challenges 24 legislators to list his offense, condemns burning of assembly. Police command launches investigation. PDP governor summon emergency meeting today. And you see pictures of the burnt State of Assembly there. And the governor moving with some of his aides to take a look at the state of things. And then he conversing with the police there also. And then we move to another story at the downstrip. Says Supreme Court verdict, struggle continues as long as I breathe. PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, and he went on to say Nigeria greater than, okay, now this response is from APC saying Nigeria is greater than your selfish ambition. The presidency APC tells ex-vice president. And protests rock jaws over alleged conflicting tribunal judgments. 31 sports, Messi wins 8 Ballon d'Or. Congratulations to him. And at the top corner, Federal Executive Council approves 2.17 trillion naira 2023 supplementary budget. Electricity sector privatization has failed. Federal government admits autonomy. Oyo, Edo, Kano, Ogun, Ondo assembly workers begin indefinite strike. Tribute as elder statesman Nwabweze dies at 94. To the leadership newspaper, and still talking about the issue coming out of Rivers State. The major story here says confusion as Rivers lawmakers plot separate impeachments. 8 pro-Fubara legislators remove Speaker, Deputy Chief Judge. 24 others sign impeachment notice against Governor. PDP governors hold emergency meeting today. Clark seeks Tinubu's intervention. And the stories here, parliamentary workers shut down state assemblies. Federal Executive Council approved 2.1 trillion naira supplementary budget. Palliatives, federal government labor meeting shifted holds today. Well, third quarter, all right, talking about records recorded by a bank there. Now, at the top corner, Gaza conflict creates uncertainty in global oil market. I have absolute confidence in Gbajabiamila. The president is saying this. And ex-education minister Ben Nwabweze passes on. To the front page of the Nation newspaper, still talking about the crisis rocking River State. Rivers quakes as governor gets impeachment notice. And some writers here said assembly is split into two faction sacks. Chief Justice Fubara fires Wike's loyalist, says, I can't be impeached. And Atiku slams Supreme Court over election verdict. APC, he is delusional. CNG buses will revolutionize transport sector. We had that conversation earlier. And then Federal Executive Council okays 2.17 trillion naira 2023 supplementary budget, and 5.9 billion of that is for FCT roads. Nigeria, Germany signed $700 billion solid minerals exploration pact. One of the details on the front page of the Nation newspaper. And quickly, Bayelsa Imo Kogi 2023, talking about the off-cycle election. Security agencies will ensure credible election. The NSA is saying this. Imo students endorse Uzodinma's re-election bid. Odds favor Diri, says Ikyoga. More defections to APC in Kogi. All right, now U.S. court declines request seeking release of Tinubu's FBI records. To the salient times now. Rivers crisis. Lawmakers serve impeachment notice on Governor Fubara. And the writers here say, Governor summons Emergency State Security Council meeting. I committed no offense, can't be impeached. Governor Fubara is saying. State Assembly suspends Chief Judge. Wike plans to remove Fubara, install Rivers Speaker, as Governor Edwin Clark is saying. All right, we've launched investigation into Rivers situation, the police is saying, after water cannon was used that affected the governor while he went to inspect the state of the assembly that was set ablaze. All right. We have autonomy. Ogun Assembly workers join nationwide strike, shuts assembly. All right. Court sentences man to life imprisonment for baiting girlfriend with acid after she rejected his marriage proposal. All right, all of the details you find on the front page of the Salient Times. We move now to the Daily Independent. Wike Fubara rift festers as move to impeach governor fails, talking about the Rivers crisis. As suspended House leader emerges speaker adjourns seating, police shot at me, they wanted to kill me, Fubara is saying. Governor sacks chief judge, chief of staff, other Wike loyalists. PDP governor said to intervene, summon emergency meeting. All right. Another story here says presidential election, Supreme Court judgment erodes trust in electoral system, democracy. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is saying. 50 bodies discovered at Abia Market, Governor Oti reveals. And Tinubu talks tough, warns ministers against campaign of calumny. Senate reveals how NSMPC paid 14 billion naira salary increase without approval. All of the details on the front page of the Daily Independent. To the Daily Times now. Cops shot at me, Rivers governor alleges tear gas him. Smoke and Gulf State Assembly access. Lawmakers serve Fubara impeachment notice. Clark fingers Wike, asks Tinubu to discipline minister. All right, and Atiku claims Supreme Court's legalized illegalities, fears for democracy, insists he will not flee Nigeria, proposes 6-year single-term rotational presidency. Well, teenage robbers on the rise in Delta State. That's another story you find on the front page of the Daily Times. Ibrahim.
Right, Daily Trust is first here. 7 weeks after Tinubu's visit, Nigeria, UAE row lingers. Nigerians in UAE cry out over work permit, visa ban. Federal government working to resolve issue, according to official, and decry slow pace in resolving diplomatic row. Impeachment plot. PDP governors meet today to save Rivers governor. 90 million Nigerians lack access to electricity. That's according to the president. 20 feared dead in Cross River, Benue community's boundary dispute. Federal government approves 2.18 trillion naira 2023 supplementary budget. Unstable exchange rate forces imports down by 65% in third quarter. Taraba boat accident, 17 bodies recovered, 12 rescued. Tinubu Atiku continue feud after Supreme Court verdict. Judgment mandate bandit robbery ex-VP and your inordinate ambition doomed. That's according to the presidency. Moving on to other story, which is Nigerian News Direct. Supreme Court verdict. Atiku breaks silence, berates judiciary. INEC, stop using delusional or stop being delusional, accept defeat as a statesman. APC to Atiku. You read that on page 6. Above the nameplate, Ogun leads other states in CNG switch as Abiodun vows to mitigate hardship. That's on page 2. How directors of Nigerian Maintain Company approved 14 billion naira salary hike without regulatory approval. That's according to Senate investigation. You see that on page 21 of the Nigerian News Direct. Moving on to other story. A blueprint is next. Aftermath of Supreme Court judgments. Atiku vows to fight on, says democracy on life support. I'll continue the struggle to deepen democracy. It's time to take a bow. Presidency. Atiku Obi's defense flimsy, argued on social media, as according to Professor Yadudu, the APC, page 6 of the Blueprint newspaper. NEDC donates 2 billion naira to Maiduguri Monday market fire victims. You see that on page 5. Federal government seeks resumption of direct flights to USA. Naira to reach fair value of 750 naira to dollar by year-end 2023. That's the federal government. Power sector privatization, Genco, Disco licenses renewal, not automatic. That's according to the federal government. On the bottom strip, or before there, FEC okays 2.17 trillion naira supplementary budget for 2023. Tinubu passes vote of confidence on Gbajabiamila. Impeachment. Fubara Rivers Assembly feud deepens. Call Wike to order now. Edwin Clark tells Tinubu PDP governors meet over crisis today. You see that on page 6 of the Blueprint newspaper. Next is the Punch newspaper. Retire now. Presidency tells Atiku. Ex-VP rubbishes Supreme Court judgment. Apex Court legitimizes illegality. Atiku insists, urges INEC to verify credentials. Atiku's presidential ambition doomed. Ex-VP desperate, say APC presidency. Above the nameplate, Tinubu canvasses 2 trillion naira discos recapitalization tariff review. You see that on page 21. Federal government approves 2.2 trillion naira supplementary budget. Also on page 21 and on page 7, 70 corpses skeletons uncovered near Abia cattle market. That's the governor. Rivers Assembly in crisis as Wike's loyalists move to impeach Fubara. Ohaneze Soludo Mern as legal icon Nwabueze dies at 94. Taraba governor mourns 100 boat accident victims. Orders probe. That's all about the Punch newspaper. Next is this Nigeria. 70 headless decomposing bodies uncovered near Abia cattle market. Scores killed as troops raid forest, arrest gun runner, recover weapons in Anambra. Also, FEC approves 2.17 trillion naira 2023 supplementary budget. I'll continue to struggle to deepen democracy, says Atiku. APC to Atiku accept defeat, congratulate Tinubu. No plot to impeach Akpabio, says Ndume. Also on the bottom strip, Rivers, fire, fury as assembly complex burnt over alleged impeachment plan against governor. You read that on page 4 of this Nigeria. And on the ear of the newspaper, federal government approves 5.9 billion naira for Abuja light rail access roads. That's all about this Nigeria. Next is Business Day. And last but not least, relief for businesses as Nigeria waives tax penalties. Payment of taxes in dollars to stop before December. Government proposes emergency economic intervention bill. Also, oil firms' debts surge. Most on devaluation. Oil firms' debts surge most on devaluation, near 10 trillion naira. Weaker naira puts banks' loans books at risk. Tinubu's government targets 750 naira to dollar exchange rate by year-end. You see that on the front page of the Business Day newspaper. Atiku Slam's Supreme Court ruling seeks urgent electoral reforms. And above the nameplate of the newspaper, the big story: millions trapped in poverty as federal government's 3 trillion naira intervention drags. Millions trapped in poverty as federal government's 3 trillion naira intervention drags. That's all about the pages of the newspapers that I have with me here, Veronica.
All right.